Okay, it's here. It's about time they did this. I've been waiting for this. Wanted it to happen because there are some problems with the MPC 3 software. The update is out now. You can now download the update. This is the second update, and it turns your machine from the 3.4 to 3.4.0.92. So they got a long way to go, but they still got to add the numbers in. Now, some things I don't like the stem separation is not really that good compared to the software. Like the first version, though, was worse than that, so it is an improvement on what it was. And of course, we have this thing with the track mutes, which is great also as well. And also how to sample is pretty cool too, the new sample features. And we're going to go over this right here in this video. As you can see there, we've updated our machine. Just follow this procedure you see right there, and you'll be able to update your MPC. I always double check to make sure it is up to date, and then once you are, you're good to go. So first thing I'm doing here, I'm downloading the update. So we get an update going in here. It's going to download it first, and then it will install it inside the system. It's a pretty good update, though. I gotta admit, it's worked out pretty good for us. They had one in 2012. They came out in two in 2017, and now 3. Yep, and I think they're gonna come out with more MPCs as always. When they first came out with this software idea to be software and standalone, they introduced the MPC Renaissance and the MPC Studio. And then around 2017, they came out with the MPC X and the MPC Live. And Andy Mack was there for both of those presentations. So I'm pretty sure the next one's going to come out. It'll be the MPC 3.0 and whatever the new machine will be. But I do think that this software update is cool. It keeps the other machines still in line with the system. And of course, a newer machine will probably have more features, which should be fun to check out. Now, this thing is almost done. There it is. Okay, it's done now. So now we're going to get busy and check it out. But first, I want to check it, go back to online, make sure I have the latest version. And if I do, we're ready to go. And we do. Now, one of the first things I looked at was this idea of having the mutes in different sequences. It used to work before, but it didn't work with the latest version. So here you can see I've got several tracks. That's the kick drum on that one track there. The second track, we have a hi-hat here in this trap kit. And that's track number 2. Oh, now my third track here is one open hi-hat. There is right, that open hi-hat is the only thing that's in that track. Right. And the next track, we have an 808. Right there. That's with everything inside now. Okay, we got a very simple sequence. Now what we want to do, we want to set up another sequence and make sure we can have different mutes in different sequences, and they work. Because they didn't before, and now they should, like the old days. So as you can see here, I went to copy a sequence. I selected number 2 right here. We already have a sequence made up already for that. We just make the same sequence, just using different mutes. And so I'm showing you how this works. We'll get rid of the 1 there. We'll go to number 2, press 2, we'll press do it, and we can see the same name. Now I won't use this because I already made one up already. Just give you an example on how that works. So now we see we got 1 and 2 right there. And so what we want to do is go right into track mute. And once you get the track mute, you see it here like this. And that's number 1 sequence, right? Number 1 sequence is right. And then we're right here, and it's number 2. Now, number 2, I have the last 2 instruments have been muted. And this is the new feature. It's called track mute state per sequence. When that is checked, this will work like the old days. So now what I want to do now is just get started and run the track. It's working. I want the next sequence to do this. Back to 2. Perfect, and it works perfectly with the system. And that's pretty cool. We needed that to work. So now we need a sample. Let me get a sample here. Okay, we got a sample. And that happens to be a James Brown sample, the JB's do and think. And so here, we're going to test out the STEM program. They've improved it. Now, it isn't so great the way it is currently, and this is supposed to be the improvement on that idea. So I've got the sample. I put it on the pad here with the bank B right here, and we're going to see how that thing actually works and go from there. So now I've got the sample right here in sample edit, and I've chopped it up so that we have it. So we have one section. Check it out. Okay, we got a loop. Kind of cool. Stop it. And so next what we want to do is take this loop and use the stem separation that we have in our MPC. So we press process and we scroll all the way down until we get to create stems. So it's all set up here. I just want to make sure that I set the right pad I want to create it and send it to. So I come to there. That's already been selected. And now we're processing this thing. Now it takes longer too. A lot longer than it did with the standalone before, and then way longer than it does with the computers always. So, but the computer sounds better for my test. And this is going to just show you some of the stuff that we've done and give you how long it takes to actually take that sample to process it and to create the stems. And so we're still waiting for it to end here. It should have done already. There it is. We got it done. And now we'll check it out. Okay, so we got it done here. We're going to go back to our browser section, and we're going to be here in the sample pool. And I can drag them to pads, actually. That's bassy, but it doesn't give me the... Yeah, it's still cheesy. One more. Okay, that's the vocal. So I can take them, and once you get it right or you like them or whatever, you can drag them to a pad. You see what I'm doing here in the sample pool. And it's not too bad, but let's check out the computer now. Now what Akai is doing, they're trying to improve the updated version compared to the last version they have on the standalone, because it sounds better in a computer than it does in a standalone. So we want to see what happens here with a comparison from the computer to the current version. So I'm going to come in here, and I got the beginning and the end the same way it is on the standalone, right? So I got the same numbers lined up here. I'll play it back, and we'll have the same loop. Okay, we'll stop that. So now I want to sort of extract this out here. I want to use pad 9. That's my place to put the samples. And we got vocal, bass, drums, and other. I'll press do it. And of course, this is going to be a little bit faster. Probably a lot faster, really. It normally is. Okay, it's done. You'll see them here in my sample pool right here. And I think I'm going to go back here to my main mode on my computer software. And then I'm going to look at it here. Sounds the same way, but I'm going to do right now, I'm going to take it and grab the vocals here, put the vocals here, put other here. I'm going to take the drums, put them here, and the bass line and put it here. And listen back to each one of these samples. That's right. Very good. Nice. That's pretty good for an older record. So it does sound better inside the software than it does on the MPC. Now, if you want to get some help on any MPC or top software, visit us at samplekings.com. You can book time, and you can even call me directly. The phone number is right there. Any questions, hit me up. I'll see you in the next video.